I'm just a bitch ass nigga. Don't hit me.
Hello, this is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And if you haven't, please hit that like button, hit the notification bell, and if you haven't, which is most important, please hit that subscribe button and become a part of this habitual line stepper community here. Here's the story. Tamar Braxton's boyfriend, David Adefeso, has filed a restraining order against the singer, citing domestic violence as the reason. Now, as you know, recently, I would say like a couple months ago, Tamar Braxton, who is 43 years of age, was found unresponsive in a suicide attempt, and she credits David as to the man who, saved her life. Before that, she was basically had put the man on blast when she had did this interview where she stated, if you go more than a few days, and probably not in those exact words, but more than a few days without having sex, you're gay. I mean, and I thought that was pretty funny, but Tamar to me is just pretty much always been sort of a spectacle. She at first, when I first saw her, she was loud, obnoxious. Yes, obnoxious. I mean, she's a beautiful woman. I mean, but it's just that it's like, what would it be like to try to have a conversation with her? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. She probably just did that for the camera. But once she became once I heard her sing, then I was pleasantly surprised. But she is here's some couple things. She is 2 husbands in. She divorced Big Baby Vince Herbert a couple, about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, stating that she didn't want to be married for the sake of being married, and and because of a recent suicide attempt, she says that is due to hardships in everything that she's gone through. 11 years in the entertainment industry. Now, you did have a certain comedian say that these people aren't crazy. The worst thing you can call them is crazy. These are good people. Their environment is just messed up. A shout out to Dave Chappelle. But anyway, after having to help save her life, he's pretty much, this David guy's pretty much painted a good dude, and now he has filed a restraining order against Tamar Braxton for domestic violence. Because see, here's the deal. Sometimes men have to do that, and I do implore men to exercise their rights a little bit more when they get in situations like this, because if there's any bruises or any kind of cuts or scrapes on her, then all of a sudden you're the one that beat her, even if you didn't lay a hand on her. So you have to go through certain proper legal channels in order to make sure that your ass is covered, because it's not very good out here for the black man. So that's right, man. If you have to, please exercise your rights to protect yourself, especially being a black man, because you don't have much of a chance out here. Now, as far as Tamar, I hope that she gets to a place of peace one day. But, in these situations, I have to flip it. Now, if it had been David beating on Tamar, we don't even know who David is right now. And but if it was David beating on Tamar, he would become famous because he would be a monster for beating on a Braxton sister. We would make him so famous, we would ostracize him, he would have to go into hiding, and we might find him hanging in a room one day because, the public would have been so hard on him. Now, as far as Tamar goes, I don't think she's going to have this to worry about before long, seeing that she is accused of domestic violence. Usually, when you hear a woman beating a man, it's usually taken as a joke. Seriously. And a lot of people, including myself, sort of, thinks that kind of thing needs to change. Take all victims of domestic abuse seriously and not just the women, because that's the picture that is painted. That is, if it's a man, we must do everything we can to make sure that he is an established piece of what. And if it's a woman, then we look at her as sort of crazy, but it kind of slips into the back of our mind, into the vaults that we never go into. And then Tamar Braxton to come out 10 years later and nobody would ever even remember what she did to this guy or who this guy even is. So Tamar will be okay in the long run, but I hope she gets the help that she needs, because she has been on a downward spiral as of late. And this right here, even if people are going to forget about it here shortly, it is a little short-term humiliation for someone who I would say in the past has been loud, obnoxious, look like give the appearance that she's very difficult to deal with. Yes, this is going to kind of hit her in the pants a little bit. Also, we are dealing with a group of women, and I'm going to have to mention this because this is the way that our Western culture shaped this up. We are dealing with a group of women, and I'm talking about black women that think that they can just be violent and treat their men how they want when they want. So that's why I'm going to implore men to exercise their rights a little bit more, because if the shoe was on the other foot, your life would basically be over. Some men can bounce back, some men can't. But just be careful and make sure that your ass is covered, because some of these girls out here are just plain evil. So anyway, not saying that this totally the case with Tamar, but who knows? I mean, just look at her body of work. That's all I'm saying. Well, anyway, this is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Like, share, subscribe. Long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust. Goodbye.